but I'm sure you can all follow me. Marijke and I met through business networking, and we found a passion that we have in common, and that's empowering our youth in South Africa. And that's why she invited me here to give you some insights. But we're not here necessarily to speak about the youth primarily. We're here to speak about women and Women's Day. So let me start off with that. Who in this room here is a mother? Say I. I. Oh, wonderful. So a lot of you will probably allow me to say that whole concept of work-life balance. Have you heard of that? Like we're working and we have family life. Okay. Who of you feels like that to-do list is never ending? Say I. Okay, yeah, thank you. I agree on that. So I want to share with you today how you can become an achiever instead of being a chaser. Because let's be honest, we tick something off of our to-do list, bringing the kids to school, doing the grocery, doing the accounting, and there's another 3 things just listing up. It just never ends. So how can you change from being a chaser to being an achiever? And if I reveal that secret with you, it's amazing how simple it actually is, but none of us seem to do it. And this today is an amazing function to actually remind ourselves that we have to reward ourselves. Who in this room rewards themselves when they have achieved something? You do. Wonderful. Yes. So 2%, 1 out of 50, and that's realistic. We just don't do it. We just don't reward ourselves, and it's so important. And it's not about what the reward is. It's just about rewarding ourselves. So to give you a practical idea, think about something that you would have to do within the next week. Anything. If you say I haven't washed my car, I have to do that. I don't like it, but it's on my to-do list. If you say I have to help my son with biology or something that you don't necessarily look forward to, but it's on your to-do list, just pick anything that you have to do within the next week. Now the trick comes in, you think about a reward. Once that is done, how are you going to reward yourself that you've done it? And that could be anything, whatever makes you happy, whatever fills your cup. So let's say, for me, it's a nice cappuccino with foam, like the fluffy, nice, a little bit of powder. It doesn't have to be something amazing. It could also be, I haven't called my best friend in a while. I want to make me time to just give her a call, hear her voice. It's not about what it is. It's just the moment you do it, you think about it as a reward. And that changes something, because then your subconscious mind, the next time you have a challenge, will remember, I'm an achiever. I've done it before because I did reward myself, so I can do it again. So we actually condition ourselves to be more self-confident and to feel like achievers just by rewarding ourselves. It's so simple, it's just not within our routine. So do yourself a favor and try that out. That one thing that you thought about that you have to do within a week's time, just now you think about what is my reward going to be. And when you reward yourself, you think about it as a reward. And that will change a lot. That will change the mindset. And you deserve it. That's why you're here. You deserve to reward yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't come to a fashion show and get inspired and mesmerized by fashion. And yeah. So that's the one side. How do we get from being a chaser to an achiever? But we're all intelligent people here, so we all have a strong inner dialogue. And the challenge with that is sometimes we actually believe what we tell ourselves. If we tell ourselves, I can't do that, that's too difficult, it's too much going on. Our body and mind is systemic. It's part of the same cellular system. So what we think about incorporates in our body. That sounds a bit airy-fairy, I agree. But I want to give you a practical example once again. So let's think about you have a tummy bug, which is something very physical, obviously. But on that day, even if it's a physical thing, you would never stand here and give the best presentation, or your children, if they have a tummy bug, they would never write the best exam. They're just mentally, they're not there, even if it's a physical thing. On the other hand, let's say a family member passes away, which is obviously a matter of heart, but the information gets processed through the brain. You realize she or he passed away. And even if it's a mental information that comes in, you feel physically drained, right? So body and mind is systemic. That's interconnected. So the things we tell ourselves, we actually believe, we believe. So it's very important to think about what is your self-concept. So that's the next point I actually want to quickly tap into. Self-concept is the beliefs that we have about ourselves. Maybe you have some disempowering beliefs, like I'm too short, I'm too young, I'm too old, I have a funny German accent, I can't speak in front of South African people. That's a disempowering belief. And that self-concept that manifests within us limits us in the things we do. So to make that a little bit more practical again, I want you to imagine, let's say, God forbid, you would fall into a coma and you wake up and there is no self-concept because you don't have any memory about yourself. And now the nurse comes and she says, you're Navy SEAL and they want you back when you're healthy again. What would be your self-concept? I'm fearless, people rely with their life on me, I'm powerful, I'm very athletic probably, I'm a hero, all those things. Now let's put that to the side. Let's say the nurse would have come and said, you're a gifted piano player. How different would your self-concept would be? Probably not that people rely with their lives on you, shame, hope not. But probably that you're that you're gifted, talented, that you inspire people with what you do, that you're dedicated, hardworking, all those things. So the self-concept that we have also lead to what we actually think we're capable. And that can be changed. Because, interesting enough, who's giving us our self-concept? Us. So who's empowered to change our self-concept? Ourselves. And that's something that Marike and I are actually quite passionate about, is empowering our youth. What is their self-concept? If they don't believe they can do something, it doesn't help if someone says, you're smart, you can write this math exam. If I don't believe it, then I can't do it. So we Meta4Mance coaching, my husband and I, we work with teenagers and young adults. My husband is actually a high-performance sports coach for many years. He recently had another success story because you probably all know Cameron van der Berg. He qualified for Olympic Games again and he's in my husband's squad. So my husband is a swimming coach. So he's taking care of the physical side of coaching and I'm the mental performance specialist. But performance is a wide word. Performance is within health, within relationship and having a happy and successful life, whatever success means for you. So that's what we're working on. And what we've realized in the last little while is that there's so much in performance, because we all follow performance, that there's so much pressure, especially in teenagers. And what I've realized, that they talk to themselves in avoidance goals. Now that's a concept I want to share with you now today, and we also make it nice and practical. We all have towards goals and avoidance goals. That's an NLP term, neuro-linguistic programming term. Towards goals would be for yourself, I want to have financial freedom. That's why I'm going to work. An avoidance goal would be, I don't want to have financial problems. I don't want to have problems paying my bills. The end result is the same, but the way you talk to yourself has an impact on what you're thinking about. For your children, for example, avoidance goals would be, I don't want to disappoint my parents. I don't want to disappoint my team or my coach when they do sports. I don't want to fail this exam. Compared to if they would talk to themselves in towards goals is, I want to make my parents proud. I want to make my team proud. I want to write this exam the best way I can, be the best version of myself. The difference between the two, the end result, as I said, is almost the same. But if we talk to ourselves in avoidance goals, all we can see is obstacles, reasons why we have financial problems, why things could go wrong, why can I fail this exam. If we talk to ourselves in towards goals, however, we see opportunities, reasons how and why we could make that happen. And again, I know that sounds a bit airy-fairy, but we'll do a practical test now. I want you all to have a look around in this room and focus on everything that is green. Green. There's a little green inside the cups. Green, green, green on the chairs. There's some green cups there. Green, 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 green. Only the color green. Okay? Everybody close your eyes for a moment. What did you see that was turquoise? Was it difficult? Can open your eyes. Was it more difficult to find the green? Yes, and I'll tell you why. Obviously, I tricked you. Where you focus goes, your energy flows. If you only focus on avoiding things to happen, all you can see is the green. It's very difficult to actually see the turquoise, the opportunities to make things happen. And that's a little concept that we teach in our youth program. It's called Meta4Mance project. Meta4Mance is our company name, the metamorphosis into performance. And again, it's everything. It's health, it's relationships, having a balanced life. And my Meta4Mance project youth means we help them, like the butterflies, go through the metamorphosis of being and becoming the best version of themselves. So the biggest challenges that we have experienced in the last little while is, besides bullying in school and maybe drugs that has been around for a long time, digital addiction. Like how much time does the youth spend with their cell phones and Facebook, and instead of having real conversations? And it's an avoidance goal. If I go to this person, maybe he doesn't like me, he doesn't like my nose, he's going to send me off, he's going to laugh about me. So no one likes pain. No one likes disappointment. It's a form of pain. So who would like to do that to themselves? And then other things that we've experienced is that a lot of parents and obviously their children struggle with ADHD symptoms. So there's a lot of obviously medication used to deal with these issues, which is one solution and sometimes necessary, but there's also other things that you can do on the side, the right nutrition, the right omega-3, and also sports, physical activity. And we also have young adults and teenagers on our program that actually had to undergo difficult experiences, traumatic experiences, and we give them a foundation to experience true rewards. How does that look practically? So it's a 1-year program where they come 3 times a week for 1 hour to us, and they do sports. We're in a gym. My husband is a professional sports coach, studied sports science, so it's not about bodybuilding, it's about releasing stress and anger, and sometimes it's boxing, but the important part about it, there's no competition in there, you can't fail. So this whole avoidance goal is taken away, because you can't, it's not you go into a competition and you cannot win. You're only in competition with yourself. You make friends there, it's a safe environment. And then once a month they have a one-on-one mental coaching session with me. And every month we go through different modules. For example, goal setting, what we did now about towards an avoidance goal. Self-concept, what are your disempowering beliefs? Where do they come from? And more importantly, what do you want to replace them with? And when they come to me and we have a session and the penny drops, they realize, oh, I have actually those resources, I can actually do that. They realize something about themselves. Then they go back into the gym. And the big difference is it's actually the vehicle, the fitness side, but it's not only the vehicle, because if they then go back and say, okay, instead of 5 repetitions, I do 7, their self-concept changes. They believe what they do. It's breaking the pattern, because it's never the issue. It's always the pattern. We all grow up in a certain culture, family, society, so we have patterns that work for us, things, the way we react to certain situations. And even if I believe, oh, maybe I have these resources, but then I go back into my normal habits, the chances that they change or, improve for the better is low. But if they have a safe platform and environment where they can try themselves out again and again, then they start to actually believe that they can do what they learned about themselves.